You can get off of this. Did you want to get into the Taraji?
Okay, so yes, like I was saying, the transition is no longer smooth.
Well,
Speaking of checks,
no one's checking on a Chance at this time.
Speaking of checks, Taraji's not getting one. So Taraji has been on a whole like social media.
She's on a press one for
She's
Color
on
Purple, right?
she's on a press one for the Color Purple. During this press one, she's also been complaining about her pay for the Color Purple.
I mean,
and just in generally black women not getting paid enough in Hollywood.
well, if there is ever a time for a black woman to get on a soapbox, it is when Color Purple is in the theaters.
Okay, period. You're being listened to, I guess.
I mean, they're going to give you a lot, but get into this a little bit more because you know how I feel about it. So we already talked a little bit about it, but
Okay.
let's get into a little bit more, and then I'm gonna add some more information just to get into what she was basically saying. It was like I said, it was about payment.
Yeah, so she was saying that she was basically just saying that black women don't get paid enough in Hollywood and that their pay is disproportionate. Black movies in general don't make that much money.
Hey, dang, you just stepped on my point. I'm just fucking with you. No, she everybody at home, she heard me when we talked about it in our pre-production, and she just, she stepped on a young nigga point, but it's continue.
I thought that was part of the thing.
That was going to be what I was going to land on.
Okay, my bad. Let me take it back. Forget I said that. But yeah, she's been on a whole press run, and people have been like bringing up Monique and her whole
her situation with Tyler.
Her situation with Netflix, and
it was with
Tyler
with
Perry and Oprah.
It wasn't Tyler Perry. It was
Lee
Daniels.
Yeah. Well, Tyler Perry was part of the situation too because he was telling her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he got it. He brought his business, but she was talking to his girl. You can't talk to my shawty like that, Oprah.
Oh my God,
Oprah, you can't talk to Tyler Perry. Oprah is the only woman Tyler Perry gets erected for.
First of all, Tyler Perry gets erected for no woman, but continue. But what? Okay, so Taraji obviously is not happy with her pay and her contract. Her contract is garbage. What are your thoughts?
No, my thing was when it comes to this, what I'm hearing, it sounds awfully like her former co-star, in what was the show they did, Empire, and also Hustle and Flow.
Terrence.
Were you one of the people?
Terrence Howard.
Were you one of the people who made a headcanon saying that Hustle and Flow was connected to Empire? I used to do that in my head too.
100%. Because why would you put them together? And then I was like, bro, she ended up in jail somehow because she was his bottom bitch in Hustle and Flow. So she took charges for him.
Well, my headcanon was the white girl got killed.
His movie took off. I mean, his music took off while she was in jail. It makes perfect sense.
My headcanon was the white girl died trying to break him out of jail. He changes his name. They move to L.A. He takes the other girl, Taraji. They move to L.A. They change a lot of their history, make up some false stuff, and they also blend some stuff when you hear the flashbacks. And then that's when they went forward, and that's why you don't see nothing with his name or nothing, because he changed it, and then she got whatever happened in their show. That was always in my headcanon. Sorry, I know y'all don't care about that.
I feel like a lot of people have that though, but
no. What I was just gonna say, my same criticisms with them. I think a large part of this has to do with one of the early things you said. You said that she wasn't getting paid horribly. Compared to who? Based off what? That's the thing that they always never talk about. What are we comparing this to? Because I saw an article that talked about, I guess that she was in a movie with Brad Pitt. Mm-hmm. And I guess they said she got paid like $150K.
Case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah, I think it ended up being like 2% of what he got.
2%.
But you got to understand.
She was not at the same point as he was in his career.
Yeah, that's one thing, is that you're not going to have that. And two, for a black, she could probably get more if it was a black movie, because black people like her. Mm-hmm. But she's always, for the most part, outside of Baby Boy, always wanted to be a award-winning actress. So when you play those roles, you're going to get diminished, especially when, unfortunately, I don't want to be me, but when you're not 100% one of the top most attractive women in the room. Like, when it comes to that, she is attractive, but she's not, when it comes to Hollywood relative, she's like a role player when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want to do all these things, you want to talk about this money, but
I feel her talent has to be like
I mean, her talent is good. It's not about her talent, and that's what I'm talking about.
Because of the fact that she's not the most attractive, she has to be more talented.
What I'm saying is this, and it doesn't even come about her attractiveness. What it is they have this problem in Hollywood, especially amongst the black elites, is that they see their white counterparts making money, getting famous, getting all of these deals, and they believe because their fame is comparable in our community, it should be the same. And it's not. It's not the same value, and it's not the same amount of people that want to see you in their work that we want to see you when you come out to our movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's get into this, okay? So this is the point that you stepped on a little bit, but black movies in and of themselves do not make a lot of money. Like, that's just a part of it. They do not make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So let's start with the first. What do you think is the number one grossing black movie of all time?
You want me to guess?
Yeah, I mean that's why I asked.
Well, if I didn't know, I would have, but I do. But I still would have guessed Black Panther.
So you're right. Ding, ding, ding. Black Panther. You know who Black Panther's associated with? Disney.
Marvel. Oh, okay. Marvel.
The whites. All right. So what do you think the second movie is? And this is just while you're thinking about that.
Like the biggest.
Black Panther was $1.3 billion. So the next movie.
That's a lot of money.
I'll just bring it. It's a Tarantino movie. It's Django Unchained.
Which is not what I would have guessed whatsoever.
Django
that's
Unchained
not really a black movie.
Came out in 2012. Yes, it is. It's a black lead. If it's a black lead, it's a black movie.
Okay.
That's how Hollywood sees it.
Okay.
So yeah, and guess how much that made?
Much less than 1 point something billion.
It made $426 million.
So
worldwide.
Significantly less.
Probably less than half.
Yeah.
Less than half. So, and that's what I was trying to say is like what a lot of people don't understand is our content does not sell the same way. Your effort and your art is not going to be valued the same way as it is going to be in that white space. One, they just have more people that are going to be out there that's available.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, it's like they created the space. So like when I hear that, a lot of times I kind of want to tell black celebrities that cry about their payment and their money the same thing that y'all tell poor black people. Stop living above your means. Why don't you try that? Why don't you bring it down some? I seen Fantasia talking about she cook her own meals. Oh, boo-hoo. That's so criminal.
Oh, my God.
Like, she made the shit sound like she was in fucking disarray.
You're so poor.
Like
you cook your own meals.
You're struggling so much. And she tried to, save it all. Like, oh, I that's normal. I want to be that and all this other stuff. But it's like, okay, what are y'all complaining about? Because the budget, do y'all look at your budgets?
That's crazy that you have the choice. Like, you choose to cook your own meals to stay normal.
Well, no, she didn't. She tried to make it seem like she don't have the money like that. That's what she tried to make it seem like. This is how she lives. She do her own grocery shopping and all that other stuff like that. I would argue it's probably because you're not that busy. Like, that's why you have the ability to be able to do that. People who are booked and busy don't have the ability to do that, and that's why they have to use their money for people to do that for them.
You probably were not cooking that much.
And she probably doesn't live beyond her means.
Yeah.
Like,
and you probably weren't cooking that much while you were filming Color Purple because you were busy.
Like I said, she probably wasn't living above her means. But we see Taraji, we know how she living.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, my cousin used to be friends with Taraji's sister when I used to live up in D.C. Like, I understand where she come from, and now for her to be where she at now is a big come up.
It is.
That's a big step. But at the same token,
she was poor.
Y'all be overvaluing yourselves. And nobody want to talk about that. And I'm not just saying it's just Taraji. It's Taraji, Terrence Howard. It's a bunch of people who overvalue themselves. Because you know what? When Terrence Howard wanted more money for Iron Man 2, you know what they said? We'll get another nigga. And they did.
Yeah.
And that nigga's still there. Don Cheadle.
And then he's probably been able to negotiate more than what you originally even asked for at this point because he's been in mad stuff now.
Yeah, he's about to get his own movie soon.
He's about to get his whole own movie. You would have.
To be fair, that was like 12 years ago, though. That was a while ago. It's probably longer than 12 years ago.
Okay.
That was like 2010 or 11 when
like the first couple Iron Mans came out.
So yeah, it's been a couple decades, about 13 years.
Yeah, because Iron Man was like the first of the.
He just getting his own movie. And it's supposed to be coming out with the Armor Wars. But no, like
stay down.
It's just you can do that, but I'm pretty sure he's also looked at his checks compared to like Gwyneth Paltrow and a bunch of other people and like, yo, what the fuck? But at the same token, it's because one, we're replaceable in their world. Like it's not hard. Like I said, it's not hard for them to just imagine another Negro there, and that's the business y'all in.
Unless you're like a Viola Davis or like a
Denzel
Washington,
someone
who's like like a award-winning actor, like can Christ not on cue.
And even then, they still got underpaid in a lot of roles.
They
too,
still get underpaid. Yeah.
It's just like I said, y'all want to focus on being part of white Hollywood and trying to force white Hollywood to love y'all and respect y'all in a certain way. That's not gonna happen. And if you come over here to black Hollywood, the bag ain't gonna be that high. You can ask nigga who did Biggie. He's still doing Tubi movies to this day.